Hello, everybody. This is Paula Esty, and I am speaking to you from the Paula Esty Gallery at 3 Harris Street in Newburyport with our own Julie Cook. And most importantly, we're going to be talking to Bonita Leflore this morning about her solo show, Impermanence, that is here at the gallery through Saturday, October 31st. And Bonita has been one of Peg's artists for, I think, many years now. We picked you up pretty early on in our process.
Yes.
Mostly Bonita does landscapes and barns. For this show, there are some very different things going on, but most importantly, I think the color palette has changed so much. So I actually want to talk to you a little bit about that. The painting that's behind me, the large one, is called Fish or Cut Bait, which everyone who sees it is intrigued by the title. It's very large for you. It's 40 by 40. And I'm going to show it on the shared screen, Bonita, while you talk to us about where this sort of inspiration came from. It's very much like your barns in a way, but it steps out. I see. Anyway, let me share screen and then I'll butt in. Here we go.
Well,
so
yeah,
go right ahead.
The viewer can see that the difference between what is being seen over your shoulder and this image is much true to the color that you would see in person if you were to see the show. Sometimes I get inspired by my road trips out into any place where I find falling down buildings. And sometimes I get inspired by an image that I see in a magazine or online. And this particular image I've put aside. I've found this and I don't have an attribution for it. But, you know, it looks like an old fishing shack, and it kind of is the kind of falling down impermanent building that I love to paint, that has weathered and has years of stories and life in it. But this kind of reminded me almost of the novel, the novel, I'm just losing the name of it, just a second. The Crawdaddies. And I thought it just reminded me of that story, and that nature was so important in that story, and how nature had changed the landscape for the protagonist and the characters that were involved with this fishing shack in the book. So it spoke to me, and which is not normally my way of doing things, I went straight for it and painted it the way it was without flipping it around and painting over or doing anything. It just kind of came right through the canvas. And one of my techniques is to let the acrylic paint bleed on top of each other. And you can really see this in this particular painting because it creates a watercolor effect, because underneath the painting there's a lot of orange, and then I've painted some browns and beiges on top of it. So it allows for a depth and a liveliness in a subject matter that might be considered an eyesore.
And you know, another great difference in this picture, I think, for me, is that there's a blend of realism with your abstraction. And I was able, there's a couple of others in the show that are like this, that draw me in through the familiar and then take me on a journey. So I really appreciate the juxtaposition. And I think it takes a hell of an artist to be able to do that. I really do. So beautiful picture. And thank you so much, Bonita.
Thank you.